Hi, my name's Dave Glick, and you're watching my very first YouTube video where I talk about my practice and what I do. So, thank you for tuning in. I apologize if I'm a little nervous or it's a little bumpy, but I'll get better with time. But thank you for tuning in. My name's Dave Glick. I'm a licensed clinical social worker and educational specialist based in the Metro Atlanta region. I own a clinic called Triad Psych with 5 offices in Metro Atlanta, and we work with people nationwide through our expert witness and consulting services. So what I'm doing here is I'm creating a video, rather it's not AI generated, but it's just me speaking. So you can decide if the way I speak, the way I approach my services works for you or not, and is a good fit. And if it's not, that's fine. And I hope this is very informative for you, and it does help. So, what is Triad Psych, my company, and what is it we do? I founded Triad in 2003 after finishing up a job with an insurance company where I did managed mental health care, employee assistance, and workplace violence prevention for Bell South employees. Because I also have a background in special education, autism, learning disabilities, and such, my dream was to open a clinic that could actually work with everybody. That most of the practices that worked with this population were in very posh areas of Atlanta, were only private pay, and making the services that we provide out of reach financially for a lot of people. And because I came out of an insurance background, I was able to make people's insurance work with the services we provide. So Triad, it's not just a name. Triad is a clinical approach I learned in Boston, where I did my training, and brought it forward here. The Triad approach is a 3-pronged approach we use with all of our cases. All of my staff are trained in the Triad approach, plus their own individual specialties. So the Triad approach is a combination of special education, skills acquisition, traditional psychotherapy, and behaviorism and behavior analysis. So as I said, this is a 3-pronged approach that is very, very effective. And as you'll learn in my video, I put effectiveness and results as top priority. I want you, my whole staff wants you, to get better if you work with us, that we've made a difference with the problems or situations you brought to us, that we've affected change. And the Triad shape itself indicates control. It indicates that things are under control and in a good context so you can get things done. So what we do is we merge different approaches into one. So again, like I said, everyone's trained in the Triad approach. Then some of my staff have specialties in things like LGBTQ, eating disorders, trauma, coaching, Christian counseling, religious trauma as well. The way we've built the practice over the past 23 years, we've had consistent growth, I think is because of the philosophy I bring forward. And a big part of my philosophy and how we get things done is that we do not hop on trends, that the psychotherapy field, there's always new approaches coming out, different ways to do therapy. We know that some of them are really good, but we also know that some of them aren't. And before we hop on a trend or embrace a new form of therapy, I investigate it very, very thoroughly to make sure that it's based in evidence, to make sure it's not something which really wouldn't help you in any major way. Once we do that, we decide whether or not we're going to implement it at Triad. The other thing we do is when we first get a case, is the first thing we do is we want to bring you relief. How do we do that? We see that if a situation's out of control, whether it's internal or external or within a family, we're going to impose a context on that situation. So whatever is going on that's chronic, somebody's out of control, maybe it's use of substances, maybe it's a level of conflict that's going on, we're going to impose a context on that using our different approaches so that very rapidly you'll have a degree of relief. Once we can give you a degree of relief, we can really focus on solving the problem, getting to the deeper issues of what's going on with you, getting to the core. Is it related to your family of origin? Is it related to neurodiversity or a neurological condition or something else? But we don't go forward with that work until we've given you a degree of relief and a degree of control over the situation. Please look at our other videos, go to our website, and this will hopefully help you decide whether or not me and my clinic is a good fit for you. Thank you for watching, and I hope this was informative. I'll be back.